So, if you're new to the community, babies, and I will refer to you as my babies because Mama loves you. So, welcome, welcome, welcome to all my new babies, and welcome, welcome back to all my returning babies. Mama loves you. Okay, now we're gonna get into it. We start our session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer, it's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. Okay, babies, let's get started. May I touch you? Okay, you ready? Dear universe, and all for the highest vibration of good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information from our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am Ashe. Ashe, Ashe, okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started. So, when we walk around, we have our aura, the energy that is around us. We can also call it our boundaries, subtle bodies, depending on the tradition that you are interested in, that you practice, that you follow. Different words, different levels, different kind of understandings of what is this between me and you, what is all this out here. And when we're on our journey, at times we can be put in a situation in which we start to kind of get some freeloading energy. Have you ever been around somebody you really, really like? They're super cool. And once you leave them, you go home, you kind of start to have some things that are kind of similar to them. You just liked something about them, and you're kind of talking like them a little bit, just a little bit, you know. Maybe they're a little bit more free-spirited and just kind of opened you up, released your inhibitions a little bit. So the same concept that we can, bring on that, it's more of like when you see another person's light, it helps you to be open with your light. So being around other people can activate that within ourselves. But the reverse is true as well. We can be in situations and scenarios where you're around people who are negative, who are gloomy, who, it's just, you feel like the energy is just weighing you down. And on that side, you carry that along with you too. And it can sit in your body in multiple places. But what we're going to focus on today is those boundaries, or this aura. So it sits on the aura. So what it does to us internally is it starts to make us think like, this is how things are. This is just the way that life is. And I don't want to be kind of confusing a little bit, but when you have a good experience with somebody and you come back home and you feel like, wow, this is how life is, it kind of inspires you. You might get started on something. And then you have a negative experience with somebody. You come on back home, and what happens? You might feel like, oh, I don't have the energy to do anything. Da, 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 da. All of that lives within the aura. So today we are going to be just removing that from the aura. And as you know, during these sessions, it is a removal process, but the real work happens when you go out in your life and you actually utilize some of these things, these boundary building things, in order to prevent this from happening, Okay. So just inhale and exhale. And so just pull out. So what I want you to do is take 3 deep breaths, okay? Hands to heart. Your heart center. Relax here. Inhale. finding peace and balance and centeredness in this one moment. Breathe it, release it, and as you exhale, I'm going to pull out. So keep going. Keep going. Okay. Breathe through this. Release it. Let it go. Release. Let it go. Release. Let it go. So, I think as time has progressed, I don't think we have to process everything that's happening that we pick up. Meaning, like, when we have those traumatic experiences that happen to us when we're younger, of course, a part of the life progression is we're going to have to process some of these things. But eventually it gets to the point that as we are going through life, the things that we pick up in that moment, learning how to just send them through or send them, here we go, being able to process it without having to overanalyze it, and sometimes not even having to analyze it at all. We do not have to take on the burden of whatever that baggage is. So if you're around energy that is kind of has a lot of self-doubt, and then you kind of start to feel that way because that negative energy is on your aura, it doesn't mean that now you have to go into a deep dive of all the times you felt self-doubt. In fact, what you need to do, or from my perspective, is you gotta cut that cycle. Just cut it off. You have to kind of, cut the vein to it so that it cannot continue to be in that karmic cycle. Most of what we do whenever we're trying to get ourselves back on track in an energetic or esoteric sense is we're breaking cycles. That's really what's going on here. And then on the physical or the medical or the mental or the psychological, there are other things that we need to do. What we feed our body, how we treat our body, what we say to ourselves, who we surround ourselves by, and taking that information in, and just all of that happens in between that. And what I'm talking about today, which happens on an energetic level, esoteric level, or we could even say a spiritual level, these are the things, these fine-tuned things in order to stop something from wreaking havoc in our lives and remove it. I always like to take time to explain what's happening because y'all know I do not like codependency, okay? And I say it all the time. The goal here is not that you come here and you do no work in your own life and you get to, just get some of the energy plucked off and then you come back repeat. No, the goal is to empower you. That everything we do in this space, you have the power within yourself to do it. And that you are here for community, but you have enough strength to do it in your life. You're not dependent on anyone. You have all the answers within you. But sometimes we just need a little bit of a jump start. I feel it's like when you already know the answer, but you just need to be surrounded by someone or a group of people who are just talking about the answer. You're like, okay, I just need a little, little dust off. I get it, babies, I get it. It happens. So just taking that out. And what I say, be sweet to yourself, Have a lot of grace during this time. That's actually something we're talking about on Patreon. Surrounding ourselves with the support system that gives us grace. Not everything will always be perfect. We're not exciting. At least I feel like it can be exciting in many ways. And just releasing and just continue to match the air with the breath work here. And don't be afraid to put a little pizzazz into it. I don't know what putting pizzazz would mean or certainly entail, but if you got it, do you? So taking this out. And how we navigate and process things internally, it's just different, you know? Each person is different. That's okay. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Just find what's best for you and break the rules, you know? Do what is best for you. Nothing truly is set in stone. You are a co-creator of the life that you want, and you figure out how to do that over and over and over again. Good job. Good job. Just continuing to work through that into this space, into this moment. Take your time here. We gon' take our time today. We gon' take our time today. We gon' take our time today. Just taking this out. Taking this, taking this, taking this. Taking this, 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 taking this out. Taking this, taking this, taking this. Removing this from the energy. Removing this from the energy. Removing this from the energy and taking it out. Just inhaling and exhaling here. Finding space here. Finding space here. And working with yourself, you know. Letting it go. Removing that negative energy from you. Moving that negative energy. Just breathing through that. to be sweet to yourself. And I love you, but who cares that I love you? Remember to love yourself first. That's the most important